Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that one of our admin received, and the translation reads like this. Hello, how are you? Can you please post my own story as anonymous? I am a South African woman and I have come here to tell you my own story. I was only 10 years old when my life was turned upside down. My mother passed away when I was 8, and for 2 years it was just me and my dad. We weren't well off, but we managed. My dad, he was my protector and my everything. So when he introduced us to a woman whom he called Auntie Mary, not her real name, his new girlfriend, we later found out, I did not feel anything bad about that woman. She was a good woman from the outside, but from the inside she was quite a cruel woman. She was full of smiles whenever there were people around, always inviting people to come and pray. That is how she won the heart of my father's relatives. But deep down, she was a wicked witch, and I swear to you, countless times, especially when I was still very young, I would wake up and then I would find her standing in the middle of the hallway, holding a creature that I could not even understand. It had these huge red eyes, and with time, she started to treat us really bad. When my father told me that he was going to marry her, I thought that I was going to get another mother figure, a guardian who would help fill the void that my mom had left behind. For a brief moment, I allowed myself to believe that life was going to get better, but from the day that they got married, Auntie Maria, or rather my new stepmom, revealed her true self. At first, she would call me names. She stopped calling me sweetheart and began calling me these very insulting words, like I was a personal maid. She would be like, go clean the dishes, especially when she fell pregnant. She used to treat us like really bad, and even if I had not eaten, she would say that go and sweep the floor again because it is still very dusty, and she will be pinching your ears. It was really painful. It did not matter how tired I was after school. When I would return back from school, I would find her sitting just waiting for me to return back from school. And when I would ask her if there was any food in the house, she will get so mad at me, saying that I was someone who loved eating food a lot. Yet I was just a young girl thinking that I was supposed to be free since I was in my own father's home. But this woman, she hated me with all of her heart. She showed no mercy at all to me. And worst of all, whenever my mother's relatives would come to visit, she would make sure that she never gave me any time to be with my mother's relatives. She was scared that maybe I will be busy telling them the way that she used to treat me. The worst day of my life happened one evening after school. I was serving dinner as usual. My father was sitting in the living room just reading his newspapers. My stepmom was in the kitchen supervising me like I was her untrained slave. My hands were shaking because I was exhausted, and as I was carrying a hot pot of pap to the table, it slipped from my grip and fell to the floor. The sound of the pot as it hit the floor, it was really terrifying. For a moment there was silence. Then she started screaming. She was like, are you stupid? She yelled. Do you think that food grows on trees? She grabbed me by the arm so tightly that her nails dug into my skin and dragged me to the mess, and she made me to kneel down, and she said that since you have decided to waste my food, I want you to eat this food as if you are a dog. I froze, thinking that my father was going to come and rescue me. My father sat in the next room, close enough to hear, but said nothing. My stepmother grabbed a wooden spoon, scooped some of the pap that had fallen onto the floor, and shoved it towards my face. She was like, eat it, she shouted at me, and I was crying. This pap, it was still very hot, and she kept on forcing me, and she was like, I said, eat it. She was humiliating me I kept on kneeling onto the floor until she walked away, and my father never intervened, never asked me if I was okay. She returned back, and then she cooked some soup and poured the soup close to the place where I was kneeling down, and she told me that I had to eat the pap with the soup as well. From that day, her punishments was worse. If I did not mop the floor perfectly, she would put water onto it and make me start again. If I left any dust on the furniture, she would accuse me of being lazy, deny me food. My school lunches would disappear. I would make some food to put in my lunchbox. When I would want to pack them, I'll see that the food won't be there. If I would ask, it would be a slap. Her children, meanwhile, they were treated like royalty since she had other kids. If they made a mess, it was my job to clean after them. If they broke something, she would blame me and find a reason to punish me, even not on the same day. She will keep quiet. If one of her daughters would have broken a glass, then maybe after a couple of days, if I will make a mistake, a small mistake, the way that she used to beat me up, it would be like a way of showing me that she was angry at me and angry at her kids as well. My heart broke each and every time when she will beat me up. One night I overheard my stepmother talking to one of her friends. So this friend of hers, she used to stay in another province, and on that night I then heard that this woman, the reason as to why she had came to our home, it was because of some charms that she wanted to give to my stepmom. I was very young, and that is the most painful that happened to me, because I knew that my stepmother was going to use these charms on me, yet these were the charms that were going to affect me for the rest of my life. One day after a friend had gone, she then told me to follow her. I followed her into the bedroom because there was an insert there. She waited until my dad had gone to work, and she told me to strip myself naked. I did that. She then started touching my private part, and I thought that her hands were already wet. She then grabbed this other pot that was underneath her bed, and she would wash her hands and grab my private parts again and again. She then took me to the bathroom and made me to enter into the bathtub. Then she started pouring all of that water that was inside that pot. I discovered that at the bottom of the pot there was a used sanitary pad. That is what she did to me. Her used sanitary pad, she had soaked it up in that water in the pot that she used to prepare food for my father, and then she made me to wash myself using that water. Up to this very day, I am someone who is always struggling. It's like I have this very bad luck. No one likes me at all. I have been told that the reason as to why no one likes me, it is because she used her own period blood when she was washing me, and this is what is giving me bad luck. Here I am with my confession. I want anyone who can assist me to assist me, please, because of the life that I am living. It is really painful. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our admin who helped us with this translation. What a sad story, what a sad story. If you have ever had a painful experience because of your step or your stepdad or your stepmom, you can come with your own side of the story. You can use that WhatsApp number that is appearing on your screen right now.